Okay, hello everybody. Um, Today I would like to talk about this text by Helen Chapin, um, the Shan Master Pu-tai. Yeah. So I was reading this article, and there's really interesting in the biography part. That is the part that we are going to read together. The biography made by Tao Yang in the Song Dynasty. Um, I found really interesting things are that have some sort of um, interesting similarities with ancient Greece or ancient Greek biographies in general. So um, some topoi, yeah, as we say in Greek, So some commonplaces that this all of these ancient biographers used to do or used to have. It's pretty interesting. So um, I don't have here the references, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about this similarities, and also um, there's um, a music or a poem written by Putai that we're gonna talk about a little bit, and there's a lot of similarities with some Heraclitean ideas, and we can find in Heraclitus fragments some similarities, some similar ideas, which I found really interesting. Uh, okay, just to clarify, who is the master Putai? Yeah. So Putai is a Chinese word, and it's basically the laughing Buddha. We all know the laughing Buddha or the fat Buddha, and his name was Putai. Also, we can find Budai. It's I think a Western pronunciation. So instead of Putai, we found Budai, and we also find in the Japanese culture Hotei, as we are gonna see. Let me see if it is written here somewhere. I think in this page here, Hotei. Yeah, so Hotei is the Japanese word for representing this monk. It's the same person, you know. Here in this book that I found really interesting, Zen Masters of Meditation in Images and Writings by Helmut Brinker and Hiroshi Kanazawa. I've not uh, I've not read it. Oh my god, yet, but I was seeing, just having a look, and found a lot of interesting images about Hotei or Putai, the laughing Buddha. So just to show you guys, because you probably have already seen his face. Here we have one representation of Putai. Here, Hotei by Mokuan Heen. Here's an interesting image. We have also here. It's pretty much the same position. This is Hotei by Kobuko in the 16th century. So he was a monk, a Buddhist monk, in the 9th century CE, so Common Era, after Christ, if I'm not mistaken. 9th century, yeah, I think so, in China. And he he was a pretty interesting figure, as you can see, with his really big and fat belly and jolly smile. And also his clothes. He used to use this bag cloths, and if I'm not mistaken, Pu-tai means that. Let me see. Yeah, okay. That's it. We don't need to enter in that right now. But the thing is, he became a really famous monk, and this beginning of this text before the biography, Helen is just talking about the the different names that he was given in some way. So he was for a long time. Um, People interpret that he was the Maitreya, as you guys maybe probably know or not. I don't know, but Maitreya was a Buddhist figure that would come to Earth, or would reincarnate in a right era at the right time to show the how you can achieve enlightenment. And it was like a messianic figure in some sort of way. I don't know a lot. I've read a few things, but not that much. But people mistook Pu-tai with Maitreya because one of probably his death poem, I think it's a death poem, he wrote that something like, and I quote, Maitreya, Maitreya, people do not understand you, or people fail to to identify you, something like that. I think she probably put something here about the Maitreya. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. So for a long time, this figure was associated with Maitreya, and also with Milofo, a Chinese word that means something like the one that has founded, or the one that has achieved. Um, and in Japan, no, Japan, he's a pretty common figure. Hotei, he is pretty identifiable by the Japanese culture, because he was the Japanese took his image and put him as one of the 7 gods of the fortune. So his figure is pretty common over there. Okay, that's just to here we have. It will be seen that in the death poem which he made for himself shortly before he entered Nirvana, I don't buy that. I need to read a little bit more, but the whole point of his ideas was not the Nirvana was in a different aspect. It wasn't this distinguished form of being, but was like the being in the present in some sort of a deep way. But okay, in AD 916, Pu-tai claimed to be an incarnation of Maitreya, the compassionate Buddha of the future. So he does not claim to be. This is an interpretation of his text, a pretty rough interpretation, I think, because he's just saying that people do not understand Maitreya, and also people mistake Maitreya a lot, and that led people or interpreters, monks and so on, to interpret that Pu-tai was saying that he was Maitreya. I don't think that's the case, but okay. So he is known in the West as the Laughing Buddha, and also he's not a Buddha, but he's yet he's yet not a Buddha, but he is known as the Laughing Buddha or the Fat Buddha, and he was I don't know if he was the first one, but he definitely is associated with Chan Buddhism. The here we have here the Chan, in Japanese Zen Buddhism. So in the West we know the Zen Buddhism, but we don't know the Chinese word that is Chan, and he's associated with it in some sort of way. I don't know exactly, but I'm willing I'm willing to read about that. That's it. So that's pretty much what it's been said, or have been said here. It's or the Helen saying some some things about here. Here we have he who has thus come, he who has thus attained. This was the Milofo, yeah. I think so. No, Milofo. It means a lot other thing. Yeah, okay. The thing is the some words that he was identified as, but in reality he is Pu-tai or Budai. So okay, here we have some Japanese interpretations or some Japanese syncretism. Okay, and Helen is also talking about her trip to Japan and India and China, and how she entered in contact with a lot of Putai's images in monasteries and so on. Okay, now we get into the Chan Master Pu-tai, the biography of Pu-tai, written by Tao Yuan in the Sung Dynasty. Compiled by monk Tao Yuan. The thing that I find interesting. Oh, sorry.